and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, then thank you so much for joining me, and if not, then welcome back. Today we are building in the world of Copperdale, which is the pack that came with the high school years pack, the world that came with the high school years pack even, and we are building a tiny home for two best friends. So this house is 62 tiles, which means it is a tiny home, and some of the tiles are used for a little bit of outdoor patio, but I couldn't stop myself. Please don't come at me. I'm sorry. I wanted there to be a little bit of a patio outside, and I really wanted it to be raised, so that's what I've done. But yeah, so this build is for two Sims, and it is tiny. It's a very small house. They do have everything they need though. There's a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, everything that they need. But yeah, it's just very, very small, but I think it's really cute. So if you don't know, the perks of having a tiny home are that you get your skills built up much quicker, you get relationships built quicker, you also pay like much less bills. It's just a really good, like, I don't know, it's just a really good feature to have a tiny home. So that is what I decided to build, and I really like it. It's giving me very eco lifestyle vibes with the kind of papers and stuff I used, and also just I don't know, kind of like just the way the build looks. It looks kind of eco lifestyle. So this is me making the build a little bit smaller because at that point in time it was actually a small home, and I wanted it to be a tiny home. I wanted a tiny home residential. So yeah, very tiny, but I do end up using all 64 tiles that I am allowed to. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. I made good use of the space. So for the characters in this build, I was thinking that it's two teenagers, and they of course live in Copperdale, and because they're teenagers they will be going to Copperdale High. And so I was thinking maybe these two are roommates because, you know, they don't have a lot of money, they're only teenagers, and, you know, they need to afford to live near the school so that they can get there. I thought that was pretty cool, and I don't know, I just thought that was a cool story and it made sense. So yeah, the two best friends, they split the rent and stuff, and they do share a bedroom, because there's no way I was gonna be able to fit two bedrooms in this tiny build. So there's two beds. It is a bunk bed, but I done that to try and save a little bit of space. Originally I tried to do a bunk bed with like one of the beds facing outwards, but when I play tested this build, there was some issues. So I was having issues with the bedroom and also with the living room, just because they were having trouble like tracking around it and things and getting through the front door and stuff. So there is changes that I make in the build that you will see, but the reason is just because yeah, it was kind of awkward. They were just not understanding like where to go, and yeah, because things need to be like at least one tile apart from each other. So if they're not, that's when things start to get a little bit confusing. So yeah, but for this build, something that I thought was really important was making sure that the landscape was like quite big. Like there's a lot of landscape, so I made sure to add a back garden and patios and just lots of nature and things like that. I felt like it was really important to do that because it stops the build from looking so tiny and so like puny and little. So I made sure to do that, and yeah, I really like it. So I was thinking about adding a sort of driveway, but I also thought these guys probably don't know how to drive. So I decided to put bikes in instead. I felt like that was a little bit more fitting for what it was. Like they would most likely be biking to school instead of driving. But yeah, as you can see, the outside of the house is very full, and it's just full of lots of really nice plants and things. I really like it. I love the outside of this build. I really like the inside as well, but I just think the outside is where it's at. And they've got two little bikes that I think is super cute. But yeah, so this build didn't actually take me too long. I think it took me about an hour and a half. I was just having so much fun like decorating it and figuring out how I wanted it to look, and yeah, I really like this. So let me know if you'd want to see me do some other tiny builds. Like small homes, because this one was super fun, and I feel like maybe we could have like a little series where we make lots of them for like different kinds of scenarios. But yeah, let me know if you'd want to see that, because I really enjoyed this and I would love to do some more. But yeah, this build is on the gallery if you want to download it. My gallery ID is iHanza, and yeah, it should be called like BFFs Tiny Home, something like that. I think it's along the lines of that. And yeah, it looks exactly how it does in this video. So sometimes, you know, The Sims does this really dirty and chooses the worst photos, but for this build, it did actually choose a really nice photo of the front of the build. So yeah, it should be easy to kind of recognize from before. But yeah, I did spend a lot of time on the outside, but I do believe I'm about to go into the inside and do that. I did expand this a little bit because I realized I'd only used 61 tiles and you're allowed to use 64, so I decided to make it a little bit bigger, and this ends up being a little kitchen nook. And the bathroom is a 3-tile bathroom. I'm sorry to say it, but I really needed all the room I could get, so that's what I went for. I'm really sorry, but it still works. Like, it's functional. It works. It's just not as cute, but I don't know. I still like it. I tried to make it look pretty, even though it's so small. But yeah, so the kitchen's a little bit weird. It's a little bit strange the way I've done it. So I've done like a little nook, and then I've done the cooker and a little counter separate. I wanted the cooker to be next to a counter so that it means when you're cooking you can just cook on the counter next to you. And I did playtest this and it's completely functional. It works completely fine, but the counter over here isn't functional because I cluttered it up with lots of stuff. So yeah, that's why I made sure to have at least one that was functional. But yeah, I really love the way the inside of this house is decorated. There's something about it. I just love it. So I've got this really cute corner in the kitchen, and we've got some postcards and then just some decorations, and then I just put this nice little shelf. And yeah, I actually really like the kind of partied kitchen. I know it's a little bit weird, but I don't know, it started to really grow on me because it's just a little bit different. And yeah, I feel like it's realistic. In a house this small, that's probably how you would lay it out. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room for like living space. So the living area does end up being like kind of in the middle of the room between the two kitchen areas. And I did go for a design at first, and I did quite like it, but it wasn't functional. I playtested it, and you'll see it right now, and I think it's super cute, but I did playtest it, and they could sit on the blue chair, but they couldn't sit on the pink chair or the like ottoman poof thing. They couldn't sit on those, and there's also no TV in here, and I don't know, I really like the way it looked, but for functionality it wasn't great. So I do end up rejigging the living room just a little bit, but I thought I'd keep in this just so you could see what it did look like and what I kind of wanted it to look like. But yeah, it does make sense that it be a little bit different because there's a lot going on in that room, so I honestly kind of like that I changed it, because yeah, I mean, this build definitely isn't supposed to be minimalistic or anything, but I just didn't want too much going on in such a small amount of space, because I know that Sims are very weird for like tracking the area and like getting around and stuff. So I was just trying to do it the best I could for it to still be functional. But yeah, I think I start to change the living room soon, but here I'm just adding some cute little wall decorations, and I just love the kitchen. I think the kitchen is my favourite part of this whole build. But as you can see, this is me playtesting it, so there's like a pan on the side and there's a sim in the house. Just ignore that. That was just me playtesting. I also had to playtest the bedroom because it was also being a little bit awkward. It was weird because the way I originally done the bedroom did work, but sometimes it didn't work. It like chose when it did and didn't want to work. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna like redo it and have it look you know, a little bit different and maybe have it look a little bit less cute, but at least be fully functional. So yeah, this is the bedroom for the two Sims, and as you can see, this is originally what I wanted to go for with the beds, but I think it was something to do with the bed being like right in front of the door, and then also I ended up putting a chair next to the bed, and the Sims just didn't like that, so yeah. But here is the little desk area. I do end up keeping this the same. I think it's so cute. So I added some shelves, and there's some books and then just some stuff. I thought it was nice to have these shelves here because if you were the top bunk, you wouldn't have like a bedside table or anything. So this would be like your bedside table. To be fair, the bottom bunk also doesn't have a bedside table, but I don't know. I just thought it was nice. And then I went for this a pink and yellow rug. And you can tell me if that's a little bit too much, but the color scheme in here is pink and yellow, and then the rug was pink and yellow, and I just thought it was super sweet. If it is a little bit too much, there is that same rug but in a cream swatch, so if you want to change that, then feel free. But I just stuck some stuff on this like little bay window. I thought it was really cute, and then I just put some curtains. I do put a TV in here. At this point in time, I didn't realize that I was able to fit a TV in the living room, but yeah, there's a TV, books, stereo, everything you need in here, so it should be really good for gameplay. There should be everything that you need. And then there's also a mirror. There's no dresser, which is unfortunate. There isn't a dresser. I'm really sorry about that. I feel like I don't think about dressers too much because I use the MC Command Center. So that is my bad. I'm really sorry. But you could probably get rid of that little chair in the corner and add a dresser instead. That would probably be a lot more functional. So if you want to do that, then feel free. But we are actually coming to the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!